Alright, let's just flick that across to there. G'day guys, welcome back. Disappeared for a while, sorry about that. Back now. This one here, really exciting one. This is Craig and Scott. We've done 2 layers, and we've got probably about 5 more to go. But we'll see how we get on. Got a lovely picture right here. The thing I love about this picture the most is it just screams happiness. And I can get on board with that kind of message. One more time, hello. Sorry for disappearing for so long. I'm back now. Strelo, I'm pronouncing that wrong, but Stratula, thank you so much. Appreciate seeing you again. It's been a while. Cobb, how we doing? Pink, good to see you. Hope you're all looking after yourselves. I posted a TikTok, which wasn't an art TikTok, it was just why Seb disappeared, which, yeah. Anyway, went down to Queenstown, it was wild, had an amazing time. Bungee jump, 4-wheel driving, big, cool motorboats, and now we're back in the studio, so that's fantastic. I'm just being difficult. That's all good. All right, so, kicking off, where are we going to start? I think we need to go off with some greys and some blacks. That's going to be the plan. Victoria, hello, long time no see. Hope you're looking after yourself. Sorry for disappearing, Victoria, but hey, how's that, yeah. It's a bit wet at the moment, guys, and I haven't got any hair gel, so expect it over the course of the live to go quite poofy. This is the reality, but I'm enjoying it while I can, because in 10 years, it ain't gonna be there. Glad to see, oh, thank you very much, I appreciate that. So this one, we've got 3 paintings at the moment, which is perfect. 3 paintings, one of them's on its 3rd layer out of 7, this one's on its 2nd layer on about 7, and then we have one other one, which I'm talking to Steve about. I just don't want to start it without him, I want to make sure he's a part of it, which is the wave one. So that's our set for the end of this month, and then I've got 2 paintings, you guys know about these ones. One's a 2-horse painting, and one is a 2-horse painting, and then one's for the Treasure State, Montana. It's a guy on horseback looking out over the landscape. Very excited for both, very excited. Now, stop distracting me. Black, gonna get some tans in there, just to soften those greys a little bit. It doesn't need to be pure grey, we can splice it, and then I'm hoping for, yes, some tinting white. Here we are. Hola. Hey Hannah, thank you very much, I appreciate that. Hey Victoria, and everyone else, crazy thing happened. I teed it up this morning, but previously we were talking about merch. I put up a vote on Twitter. The one that was voted for, hilariously, was paint me like one of your French girls. So we've turned it into a t-shirt. It's now available on the link in the bio. I've got one on the way. I've been wearing it right now, but yeah, it's on the way. And it looks really cool. It's pretty funny. Come Malaysia. I would love to go to Malaysia. It'd be a fantastic place. Love to see in Malaysia. There we go. There we go. And then we're going to move on to my number 1 favorite brush, Galeria by Winsor & Newton. The reason this is my favorite brush, guys, above all the other brushes, I'll show you up close. It's got massively long bristles on it. Now, if you compare that to a regular brush, if I show you that, it's almost 50% longer. And the reason why that's important is even on your heavier brush strokes, it still leaves the texture of the paint in the stroke. So you can always tell that the subject was made from paint, which is fun. Peter, would you be up to talking about your passions on my podcast? Tell you what, Peter, that sounds kind of fun. As long as your podcast is wholesome, wants to spread about happiness and wants to help people, hey, I'm on board. But message me on Instagram or email and we can tee up a plan. We'd Love that. That sounds really fun. Hopefully you don't mean right now. I've got to paint right now, so yeah, but I like that. JMS, you fantastic human being. I am glad you're on because I have got your painting in my possession and its box. Woo-wee. I'm hoping I'm talking to the shipping company. They had a bit of trouble with the flooding that occurred, but I'm hoping it's shipping tomorrow. So expect before the end of tomorrow a tracking number from me, JMS. I'm so excited. This painting looks so cool. It was funny actually when I picked it up from the framers. They'd actually undone the bubble wrap so they could look at it. So they had to repackage the bubble wrap because everyone was looking at it at the outfit. So you've got a good one, JMS. You can start getting excited. How come you started painting? Hannah, that is a great question. How come I started painting? I started painting because I was a child, a young baby, and I started painting because I loved it. Sorry, excuse me, just drink this in my hand here. I love it. I really love it. I think it's the most absurd and fun thing you could do. There's tubes full of colour. There's a plate covered in that colour, a tool, a paintbrush, and you apply it to a 2D surface. The whole thing is surreal and rudimentary and, for lack of a better term, very buzzy. And just like a kid might enjoy kicking around a soccer ball or a rugby ball or doing gymnastics or going on tramps or looking at nature or bird watching, I love applying paint. I just love it. It feels natural. I would. Oh, thank you very much, Hannah. I'm not sure what you do, Hannah. You might be a dancer, a singer, a plumber, an engineer, scientist. I wanted to be a geologist when I was little. That would have been cool. Whatever you do though, Hannah, I reckon you nail it. Because the most important thing in any craft that you get yourself associated with, guys, is realising that you've got love to give. Whether it's through yourself or through your craft. And that's special, because that's where the fulfillment comes from. That's where that's where you can fill your cup. When I talk about filling my cup, first off, it's making art, but second off, it's actually spreading love through the craft. In my case, that's painting. But if I can spread love through the craft, that's what fills my cup up to keep pouring. Did I miss a comment there? Jaden, you fantastic human being. You fantastic human being. If anyone doesn't know, Jaden pops in here without fail. And when he pops in, he asks for a turtle to be painted. Jaden, I'm not going to lie, I was looking for pictures for the inspiration wall very recently, and I went hunting for a good picture of a turtle. Now, we don't have time at the moment because I've got 2 collaborations I need to do next month, but that was pretty. What was that? Butterflies. Miss Happy Rock? I like your style. Excuse me. But looking at some turtles, and hopefully we can tee it up late next month. Maybe. Don't get your hopes up too high. Yes, Kiwi indeed. The only time it's mattered that I was a Kiwi in a negative way was very recently when I teed up the apparel store with the t-shirts. They're fantastic. They say, paint me like one of your French girls, but in emojis. It's so good. They wouldn't let me order one to New Zealand. So it's only available for all the other countries due to what's been going on with COVID or something. They said shipping issues. So I've got it being sent to someone in America who's then going to send it on to me. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for watching my posture, guys. I do slouch. So if I'm slouching, tell me. I'll bring myself back up straight. That is naughty of me. And thanks for pointing that out. I appreciate that immensely. Occupational therapy. That's incredible, Hannah. That would be incredibly fulfilling. I back you 100%. You didn't need the backing, but you got it from me. That is a cool pursuit. Now, since we're on layer 3, I'm not going to get too wild with the texture, but I'm going to let some sneak between the cracks. We are going to have some bits of texture which aren't actually from the final layers, sneaking through these lower ones. That's the plan. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate that. And RY Guy, appreciate every rose. You're fantastic. Also, I left the t-shirts. So if you want a t-shirt, now that they're available, the link's in the bio, and I left the cost as low as possible to try and make them available for as many people as possible. So I reckon that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Oh, I missed that one. When did you start painting? That's a great question, Karma. I started painting when I was a little tacker. So I would have been very young, but because my mum always used to put all sorts of things around us to see what we liked. In my case, I gravitated more towards the brushes, paint and clay than I did towards the soccer balls and rugby balls and cricket bats. And that was fine. My mother encouraged it, and as the years ticked on, she got me classes, art supplies and all the rest of it to allow me to bloom as a young teenager in art and pursue it. I don't think I'd be where I was today if it hadn't been for a very, very dedicated mother who wanted to see me do well in art. Thanks, Jaden. You champion. The accent is from New Zealand. It'll sound a lot like an Australian accent, but it'll be slightly different. Ever so slightly. Steve, my man, did you get my email? Fantastic, you are here. I have your canvas here. I was going to start it this morning, and I thought, actually, I'll wait one moment. I want to make sure Steve's here for it. And you're here now. This is fantastic. I've got you penciled in for tomorrow morning. Are you around tomorrow morning, Steve? Are you around tomorrow morning? I've got the edit. I actually just sent it through to you. The edit of you on that wave. So, one thing about our painting coming up is we've got a really cool wave that we're putting Steve on. Just now, perfect. We've got a really cool wave that we're putting Steve on. And we've got some really cool pictures of Steve. We're going to splice them together so Steve's on the wave. We're going to get it just right, and it's going to be fire. I'm very excited. Would you be able to say your advice again so I can remember it for motivation? I know it's a lot to ask. Hannah, I forgot what I said, because that's what I do. I'm very sorry. My memory is not the greatest. I can't remember what I said, but if you're looking for motivation, the one thing I like to say is find a way to love your process. And I think a lot of people get caught up in the process, thinking that the process is literally when the paintbrush is touching the canvas. That's not the whole process, guys. You need to expand that. It's like saying that training only occurs for a sport when you're on the field. Training occurs all day, every day. And so when you talk about your process, JEC, welcome back, you absolute champion. Love you to bits, Joey. You're an absolute champion. The process occurs through the entire day. And so don't get hung up on thinking that all that matters is the 1 hour you might spend painting. Think about when you wake up, when you have your coffee, the time you spend with your friends, the time you spend with your family, and the way your mindset is leading up towards your painting session or your craft session, whatever you do for practice. the time leading up to that will actually will tell you how that's going to go. So please, 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 don't stress, get into the studio and then expect a masterpiece to be created in an hour. What you actually need to do is make sure you're relaxed in a positive mind frame and looking after yourself leading up to a studio session or a practice round, so you're in the right mind frame to really send it. So I think I explained that all right. Hopefully. What I'm trying to say is I had a really good coffee in the morning. Chancellor K, welcome. Chancellor, I've got your message there. I haven't replied yet, I'm so sorry. But everyone, we may have a very exciting commission on the way. It's got some really popping colours in it. It's got a detailed background. We're also going to be doing a little bit of an image splice. I'd love to actually share with you guys how I do that as well, just so you guys can get an idea if you are doing your own commissions or wondering how artists do it. Spoiler alert, I do it in Photoshop. Do you sell your paintings? Just wondering if it pays well in this economy. Thank you so much. So, I do sell my paintings, but currently I have no work available. I keep an online gallery up, and once too much of it leaves, I have to reduce down. Once too much of it leaves, and I only have, say, 4 or 5 left, I'm selfish, and I keep them. And the reason I keep them is because I like to adorn, embellish, decorate my gallery with them, because if you're an artist, like say, if you're a jeweler, you should have great jewelry. Don't just sell it all, keep some pieces. I'm an artist, I make art, and so I really, really like to keep a few pieces to uplift my own life. And so I'm down to my last 4 pieces, so I'm being selfish. I've pulled down the online store so I can keep them in my gallery. Once I get some time to build up a bit of a collection, then I'll put them all up again and let them all, be available. Now, that being said, commissions are available. There's the earliest we can do right now is late next month. So we can start a piece on about 20th of next month, maybe like 25th. But if that's too late for you, you can get in touch and I can show you the private studio pieces, and maybe one will resonate with you and you'll break my heart, but I could part with one. I could go down to 3. I won't go down to 2. I think two's too much pressure on the last 2 words. You've got to let me build up a collection, guys. Yeah, 100%. I posted a video on, not a video, an audio recording on Twitter the other day, where I was saying that the greatest tragedy of being a painter is that the only work that should leave your studio is work that you've fallen in love with, and thus it's this cruel cycle of, as soon as it reaches that point where you're actually in love with what you've made, now it's ready to be passed on. And so I don't mean to get romantic about it, but every piece sort of breaks your heart because you finish it and now it belongs to someone else. And so you spend this whole time building this love and affection for a piece, and then you give it away. But that's the tragedy of the trade. You can get a picture of it now. I guess you couldn't do that in the Middle Ages, so that's cool. But I like to visit old pieces as well. So if you do end up with a piece, please let me visit, let me see it again. That'd be cool. I was actually yakking with, yakking's a term in New Zealand for talking. I was talking with the man who had the portrait that we sent to Pennsylvania. If you remember that one, it was the very colourful, like orangey, yellowy, red, warm face that was going like pouty face. I was talking with him and I was saying, when I'm in America, I'm coming to visit. I missed that picture. He was all about it. It was all good. He was all about it, baby. Oh, sorry, I missed that one there. Home until 10 p.m, then back at 5 p.m. tomorrow. That's all good, Steve. Regardless, Steve, even if you miss a little bit of it, it won't be the end of the world because the whole thing will be on YouTube, and I'll also have a time lapse and everything. So there won't be a frame that you miss. You just may not be able to comment live the entire time. Favourite painting? Great question. Great question. Favourite painting? Honestly, I've got a soft spot for a lot of them. I don't know. That's like saying, I don't know. That's too hard. Next question. No, I think a lot of paintings do different things. I think there's favourite stages to a painting. This stage right now, in this painting for example, I love it how we start to slightly see bits of form coming out, bits of colour coming out, but you must visit Florida one day. Bits of form coming out, bits of colour coming out. We can be wild with the brush, or we can add little bits of detail. The freedom in this stage is truly unbelievable. And so this is the stage right now that I probably love in all paintings. About two layers in, and then leading up to the final stretch. So we've got about this and 3 other layers like it to just really enjoy adding paint. That's what I love. So not so much a singular painting, but a window in each painting. A window in the process of each painting. Yes, Rossi, definitely a favourite of mine. I feel that. I've got a slot open at the moment for next month. I'm still holding it, the Whistler. Yeah, I dig that. Which may be, I mean, Rossi's fantastic, but you know what? This will be a tiny dog portrait of 2 tiny dogs. Might compete. I would like to understand your laughter. It's fair enough. I think laughing, dancing and painting and singing, you should do it like no one's watching or listening. So if that's the case, my one gets very loud and obnoxious. Also guys, sorry Victoria, but you're going to hear it. If you want to connect more, all the links you need are in the bio via a link tree. There's some new shirts that are now available. I love them to bits. They're on the way for me. That's why I'm not wearing it right now. I can't wait to wear it. And if you're up to commission, there's a link in that same tree of links that you can fill out and we can start a conversation. There's no availability until later next month. It's probably looking like the 1st of the following month. So January, February, March, probably like April 1st is a good time. We can sneak you in there, and that will be good. And this particular painting, I've got a soft spot for. This is Craig and Steve. Craig and Steve. Do you draw the outline first or just go with it? I just go with it. I used to draw the outline, and look, it's nice, but I prefer the mistakes. I prefer making the mistakes. I prefer correcting them. When I say correcting them, the best way to correct a mistake or a bad stroke is with 20 good ones. And yeah, no, I won't do guidelines. I'll let the painting be itself. I think in a world of AI art that can make perfect pictures, suddenly the expression and beautiful process and mistakes that you can make while you're making a painting are now more invaluable than ever. Like, it's weird. The biggest flex that you can make, I reckon, in about 20 years is actually mistakes in your process, authentic, fun mistakes, because robots going to have a tough time doing that unless you develop them to make mistakes. Yeah, they're perfect. So perfection is going to be unnovel in a few years, guys. No one's going to want it. It's going to be everywhere in abundance. What's going to beat perfection is imperfection. That's what I reckon. Or do you do other things like landscapes as well? We do landscapes. In fact, I've got a landscape currently sitting in the studio, not the studio, the other one, for James, and it's a beautiful landscape. It's been held up a little bit because I've been waiting on a box. So the artwork ships inside a protective box to look after it. I've been waiting on a box for this particular piece, and it needs to be a good reinforced box because the actual work itself is going framed. And so to make sure the frame actually arrives with nice, square, perfect corners, it needs to be extra protected. So been waiting on that, and it's almost there. It is here, it's done. And I'm gonna get my shipping details tomorrow. Can't wait. Thank you, Ivan. Appreciate that, mate. Right. At the moment, I'm adding tinting white, which comes off more like silver. It's going to make these t-shirts just glisten a little bit. Just adding a bit of fun to them. Building it out piece by piece. Have you ever done a self-portrait? I get asked that a lot. No. I would do one, but guys, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I really like capturing someone else. I really like capturing someone else's likeness. I really like seeing someone else's inspiration for a picture and bringing that to life. This is all stuff that, yeah, I just like that. I'm into that. It's not about painting. You're right. It's not about the painting. It's about the process. So in a world now that we get more and more addicted to things like finished products, I mean, AI art can literally make a piece instantaneously. Whatever you want. In fact, I wouldn't put it past something like chatbot GBT. Once you can ask it for an image, if you can already ask for an image, then I'm done. Ask for an image to say, give me a picture similar to the said Gower art, and it would generate your picture. But what it can't do is it can't have a process. It can't make mistakes, learn, and build up a piece layer by layer. It can only give you a result. And so I'm here making it stroke by stroke. I think it's fun. I like it. I like it. There we go. There we go. Let's think of it around here. All right. Bit of a chunk, it's a bit thick there, that's all right. Comment, how long have you been painting, and have you always painted in the same style? So I've been painting ever since I was a little tacker. Ever since I was about this tall. But in terms of the style, it wasn't always like this. It's chopped and it's changed. But the coolest thing is, when you look back at my earliest paintings, when I was 7, 9, 15, 20, you look back at these paintings and you can see this style, or the inspiration that makes this style, the use of the paint. You can see it trying to come out, trying to produce itself. And so I think the cool message behind that is whatever your craft is, somewhere buried, just whispering, or an inkling of an idea inside what you've already done. If you've got pictures, videos, or anything like that, you might be able to find an inkling of what your true style or how you really want to paint is. I think this is me, guys. I think this is my style. It might deviate, it might change, it might develop, but I am in love with this. This is how I like to do it. Email has been sent regarding podcast. Speak soon. Thanks, Peter. Looking forward to it. I can't wait. Do you reckon I'll get nervous? Start stuttering? I'm not being silly either. It might happen. I'm sure Peter's nice. He'll be kind to me. I'm working on a piece while you inspire us, Trisha. Oh, thank you, Zaza. Appreciate that. And good luck on your piece. You fantastic human being. I bet you're going to nail it. Here we go. So here we have the hands, guys. There's an arm coming down here and an arm coming across here. The temptation, as always with these sort of things, is just to get in there and paint fingers, thumbs, and forearms. We're not going to do that. We're going to paint just the colours that we see. And so we're going to let the detail build slowly over time. It's 11:50 a.m. in the UK. All right. That sounds pretty cool. I don't know what time it is here, but we also have a time. I think it's like, oh, don't test me, 12 o'clock. Did they request a birthday cake all over the picture? It does kind of look like icing. I can see that. And no, but actually what we've got here, and it's still messy, is we've got two t-shirts that'll sort of blend together as we keep making it. Two faces here, it'll keep coming to shape. This one here will probably expand a little bit out, we'll see. And this one here will actually angle a little bit up. It will happen as more brush strokes show up. And then there's a background with just some fun textures in it. A rock texture across here, a curtain here, a bit of black here, and some books sneaking in here. Just enough detail to play with it. And not make the background boring, but bring the focus into these areas. Yeah. Fun. Oil paint? Yes, not oil paint. It's, this is, oh, excuse me. This is acrylic, but I'm combining it with mediums. So in this case, I'm combining acrylic with a slight satin through it with a gloss gel that'll help it spread further and also add that intensity to the colour that'll mean it dries looking wet. So actually, if you're close to this painting, it's going to seem like it was oil paint, but I cheated. It wasn't oil paint, was it? It was acrylic. But the acrylic gives you that power to be able to splice other colours onto it and have fun like that. So, I guess what I'm saying is kudos to acrylic. If you know how to use other mediums, guys, you can create really good oil paint effects with acrylic and then also capitalise on all the other things that acrylic can do. Other things acrylic can do: fast dry times. It's got the ability to go very, very transparent, and so when you're doing lots of layers with high transparency, the fast dry times are invaluable. So you can do 5 or 6 different sheens in one session, one drying after the next with oils. That sort of intensive but transparent layering can take days, weeks, months. So acrylic has some cool perks, guys. Victoria, you're speaking Chinese, you absolute wildcat. You never told me this. Who put sand in their paint? Yes, indeed. So I sometimes use glass beads because they're thicker, but sand and paint's actually quite a common one. It's a really cool effect. If you're doing a beach painting, like I've got a painting of those 3 kids at the beach, what I did was I added in lots of sand to the paint from the beach that the kids have been painted on. And so it's got this fun little connection between the picture being at a beach, the beach being literally on the picture, and I think it's cool. Speaking of team, nothing to do with what I was saying, but commissions are available. There's nothing available till late next month. So earliest about the 20th to the 25th of March. So you can get in touch. There's nothing available on the online studio. I'm keeping my last 4 works close to my chest so I can have some stuff of my own. But as more stuff comes up, I'll let you know when the online shop's back. When the online shop is back. And if you just want to connect more or catch the replays, it's all in the link in the bio. The replays are literally just these. I just download them and put it straight up on YouTube. And I also have Twitter, which if you want random little art quotes and things that I think during the day, you'll find it on Twitter. How wild's that? You're so very welcome. You have some Korean viewers in here, Seth. Oh, that's pretty cool, Victoria. Welcome everyone from Korea. Welcome everyone from the States. We had someone from Morocco, Italy. There's someone from Malaysia here earlier. This is an inclusive place, guys. Everyone is welcome. All we're trying to do here is, this is a give-take relationship. UK, United Kingdom, welcome. It's a give-take relationship because, if you've heard me say this before, then I'm sorry, you're about to hear it again. It's a give-take relationship because art can be a lonely endeavor. Some crafts can be lonely in their pursuit, and so it's great to be here and have you guys get something from, I'm hoping you're getting something from watching this craft take place, and maybe I can just bring a little bit of positivity to your day, and then in return, you guys make this pursuit for me one that's full of people and interaction and fun. So this is give-take. This is good. This is very good. Karen, welcome. I'm fantastic. Good to see your name pop up again. Hope you're well. Let's have a look-see here. Is that where that goes? It can be. What's that name? Thanks, Colette. I appreciate you. Cool name, by the way. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Tell me if I am not. Here we go. Check some here, up here. So this face is actually going to move ever so slightly over. Ever so slightly, too. There we go. Happy days, happy days. Argentina, welcome. Your gorgeous ragdoll cat. That's exciting. Argentina is known for fantastic beef. I have tried some. It was good. Gold star. I don't eat as much beef these days, but if I could eat a lot more beef, I would pay for Argentinian beef. You guys know what you're doing. I mean, you don't need me to tell you that, but you do know what you're doing. Here we go. Just getting some more of this gesso gel up around here, right over the top of the canvas, down the edges. Yee-hoo. That's fun. I'm going to pop some more detail in here. I'm just going to grab a little bit of blue. I think we need some blue. Just a little bit of blue. I get way too excited, guys. I've got literally 3 tubes of gold and 3 tubes of pastel pink as my pastel lilac, actually. It's pastel pink. It's hilarious. And that one's called pastel coral. I actually prefer that one. It's hilarious because I go to the store, all the paint's on sale. Thanks me to my, thank you so much, Em. You catch yourself a good night's sleep. Thank you so much for joining. You're amazing. Use a lilac. Yeah, it's pastel lilac, so it's very pale, but I will use a little bit. 1 second. Let me grab some of this blue. Just a wee bit. There we go. There we go. Excuse me. Can you go wrong? Yeah. I'll use a bit of pastel lilac, but what I was saying was I've got 3 tubes of each of them, which they're just such niche colours. But I go in there, all the paint's for sale, and I'll grab that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. And I just keep buying another tube of it, and now I've got way too much of it. So it's not your typical pink. I'll put it close to the screen here. It's lilac, and it's really, really pale because it's a pastel lilac. Hello from Romania, welcome. Oh, speaking of guys, I've seen a few names pop up for people who are subscribers. I've done something new. Bear with me, I'm not great with technology. Hello from the Philippines. What we've done is now there is a Discord chat room for subscribers. Now, I'm still new to it, but what I plan on doing there, and bear with me, what I plan on doing there is I want to give you guys updates and stuff, updates, pictures, content, and things before I post it online. I'll tell everyone, so you guys can give me feedback, be the first to hear about stuff, like the clothing drops and things like that, so you guys can tell me some feedback, what you prefer to see, what's, you know, and give suggestions, but just a place for everyone who is a subscriber to come together and chat, a little chat room. I don't know, sounds like fun. But as soon as you're a subscriber on TikTok, it'll literally give you access to the Discord, or so TikTok tells me. I hope it does that. And yeah, I will see you all there. I'm not live all the time, but I have got the notifications for Discord turned on, so I will be able to stay in touch via Discord even when I'm not in the studio. So that's pretty cool. Do you ever auction paintings? Jeff, sometimes. Not really. A lot of these works are commission based. I have done a few charity paintings. So that's a painting when you make it, but half the proceeds will go to a charity. And actually, if you remember the one of the wakeboarder getting pulled by the lady of the horse with the sea in the background, the horizon, and the wild fun colours. Thanks, Victoria. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it. I'm getting used to it. That one of the wild colours with the wakeboard and all that stuff, that was, we're donating half the proceeds of that one to charity. So I will post that on the story when I have confirmation on the donation. Very, very exciting. And it's wholesome too, because as you're making it, you know that half the profits are going to a really good place. It really puts purpose behind what you're making. I love that purpose to the brushstroke. Whether it be creating a subject matter, capturing a moment of inspiration, or actually directly helping a charity. It's pretty cool when art can do that. It's pretty cool. Rich C, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Give me just a moment. I'm going to capture these blues down here, team. I haven't seen Scott here, but he must be busy. It's not the best time for Scott, to be fair. Scott's the one on the right here. I'm not sure if that's your right, but Scott's this one. And Scott is from the States. So we've got this fantastic canvas. It's handmade. I'm applying Atelier paint to it with a mixture of artist abstract by innovative acrylic. This stuff's slightly satined. The reason I use slightly satin stuff is I can chop and change between that and the regular Atelier. This just comes out matte, so it doesn't actually glisten, but the chopping and changing effect allows you to have more play with what you're doing. So that's fun. It's very fun. There we go. A little bit in here. Guys, if you've been here since the start, I'll repeat myself. And if you haven't been here since the start, this is for you. If you want to connect more, that's what we should have got on the t-shirt. If you want to connect more, you can find everything in the bio. There's links to... Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Says Han. There's t-shirts. They look hilarious. You're welcome to grab them. They're in the bio. There is replays on YouTube. There is Instagram. There is Twitter. There is commission page and an about me page. That's all the things. It's all there in the link. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I've been enjoying Twitter, guys. Twitter's pretty funny. So the thing I like about Twitter is you just fire off any random thing that pops into your head. And so I'm always posting little art things here and there. How I feel about different art movements, colours. How I feel about painting process, crafts in general, arts in general. How that affects and combines with human emotion. It's quite intimately connected with things like that, guys. The arts, both dancing, music, and visual mediums like this, they're all strangely connected with, not strangely, but intimately connected with human emotion, a desire for expression. But, the interesting thing is that with music can bring out massive euphoria in a 3 to 4 minute period. Can I see the black and white picture up close? Of course you can. Of course you can. There we go. So, there we go. Two men, one with his arms around the other. This is Scott, this is Craig, and some details in the background. Some things to have fun with. Now, I should say that music can bring on massive euphoria for a 3 to 4 minute period. It comes on strong, and then it slowly releases. Things like dance can really gets your blood flowing. It gets you moving. It feels so full of vibrancy and life. But the feeling's internal with dance, I find, if you're the one dancing. And then with art's different in that a visual medium doesn't have one single large moment of euphoria. It has this passive giving. And so where a song gives for 4 minutes on 100%, a piece of art can give for a lifetime, a little bit at a time. And that's just such an amazing thing to have inside your house, in whichever form it comes in. Chuck, you see I did some marathon running. Yeah, I did. It wasn't the big marathon, guys, it was just a little 10K, but it was really fun. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. Someone spotted me down in Queenstown. Not intentionally, someone was making a TikTok, and then I was just standing there in line for a Ferg burger. And then someone commented, "Was that Seb?" And so I'm like, "Ooh, I've been caught." It's pretty funny. Shelby came with, she was there. We all had a fantastic time. So, yeah. It was the first time I'd actually grabbed someone's comment and figured out how to actually do a TikTok as a reply. So, your boy's learning, step by step. Very impressed with myself. Oh dear. Alright, combining some of our glistening white with some of that pink pastel and the blue. What's that got us? Sounds fancy. It's just got us a baby blue. A light glistening baby blue. I'm just going to add this to where we think it goes. With this big, thick brush. It's loaded with paint. Check that out. There we go. Really, really loaded up. The more paint I put on the brush, the more ability the brush has to really capture flowing movement, moments across the painting. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. Have you painted my cover? I have not. I have not. One day we will. One day we will. She's too shy. Nah, she's not too shy. She totally would. Let's jump on here. Imagine all the people living for today. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. What's that there? Canada, wait, is it a Canada flag? She's not from Canada. Does that mean you're from Canada? That's pretty exciting. I think we've got everywhere represented in some form in the chat room, which is pretty fun. I'm not liking any more of that white, so we're going to lean heavily into this pastel lilac. Let's see where that takes us. Here we go. Hello. Just like that. Beautiful girls. That's why it will never work. You got me suicide. Down when you say it's over. Here we go. Perfect. And a little bit around here. Fantastic. This is a good colour. We'll keep working with this. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate you. Would you call yourself an impressionist? Yeah, I would. The reason you would, though, is because you're usually the thing that's easier. If you were to Google what similar things to what your art looks like, what would you have to Google? In my case, impressionism is going to find you very similar work. I'm probably, thanks cheeky monkey, appreciate you. I'm probably more of a, I call it a primalist. So impressionists will adopt new technologies and tools to create an impression. For me, I see how primal and simplistic and rudimentary I can make the process, because I think that brings you back to a more raw expression and a raw feeling. And so I hand make the canvases. I try not to get them gesso coated. I want them to have raw canvas. I want to use the paint and a paintbrush to apply it. I like to use just the one tool. I don't like to swap between palettes and cloths and these different things. Just the one tool. How was the bungee jump? Yosh, it was wild, very fun. That was Shelby's birthday present to me. Very lucky boy. She came as a spectator. Yeah, there's always that rush when you leap off. I love it. I love it. He is 30. This is true, Cobb. Thank you very much. So, primalism isn't really an official art term or movement as such, but I like using it to describe the way I do impressionism. So think impressionism with rudimentary tools. But at the end of the day, if we're going to talk about art, guys, it's subjective. It's very, very hard to box in different ideas or to get full agreement on different things. And that's okay. What we're doing here mainly is I use a lot of colour, I use a singular brush, and I just have fun applying the paint. And I really try and cut this line, a 50-50 between the image being made and the paint having fun. And so if you're never quite sure if the painting's trying to be an image or trying to have fun, then we're just where we want to be. It's the perfect spot to be. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Alright, there we go. One cool thing that can happen is that up close. Oi, I'm heading off to dinner. See you later. Victoria, you'll be sorely missed, but it's been a pleasure to see you. Enjoy dinner. All the best. Yeah. One thing you'll find too, guys, is when you come really close to it, I've uploaded a few pictures on Twitter and places, The paint is wild, it's textured. Every brush stroke is fighting every other brush stroke around it to try and depict or express what it's trying to show. And then when you step back and see it from a distance, a picture will come together, but there'll be this very different experience, both when you're up close to the work and when you're far away from the work. And that is part of the fun. Where am I? Your boy is in Auckland. This is a lovely little shared studio space. The other place I paint out of is Tauranga in the Corona studio. Some of you might remember the Corona studio. And I was going to paint outside, but I'm just watching the weather. There's a few clouds moving by and a little bit of wind, so we'll sort of see how we go. Do you ever have a day where you don't feel like painting? Rich C, of course. Of course. So I talk about this a wee bit. As you're painting, you're going to get into ruts. And this is with any craft or any sport or any career. Sometimes you'll enter a rut and it's very hard to get out of it. The best way to get out of a rut when you're stuck and you can't motivate yourself to do the task is to figure out what motivates you prior to entering the rut. So what I'm saying there is right now, if you're in a stable space, if you're enjoying everything you're doing and you're having an amazing time, figure out what motivates you when you're not. And so then you're already prepared. You've built a toolbox of skills. And so when that rut comes, you just open your toolbox and you deal with it. For me, personally, my things won't match what your things are. But for me, I love having a playlist that I love. So I have a playlist that I don't listen to until I need it. It's my flow playlist, perfect for painting with. I love painting with others. It changes the environment. It shocks and surprises me. I love going to a place I've never been before and trying to paint in it. John R. French, I'll see you later. Thanks for joining in. You're fantastic. Also, guys, you probably already do, but if you follow here, it'll send you a notification when I go live. And Ken Hard, I'm sorry. I'll try and do better. If you want a notification, then you can follow here. Or if you don't follow. That's good. Thanks, John. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. There we go. This colour here is gonna open up that face a little bit. That's what we need. Now remember, guys, we start abstract. Start abstract and build into realism. So if you start with realism, you'll never get that real expressive abstract. Keith here, totally agree with painting with others. I love that, Keith. I'm glad you like it. It was a big thing we used to do in university. It was really a way to really come together. I was the only painter in our little group. We had someone who did sewing art, someone who did spray can art, communication student, they were on their laptop. We all had something unique to bring to the table together, and that was pretty fun. Yeah, so when you start a painting, especially impressionism, it's fun to start at abstract and then allow it to slowly come into shape with realism. If you start with realism, you'll somewhat choke the painting, and so you won't want to actually ruin the lines you've already put down. But if it's abstract and it's wild and it's fast and it's free, you won't mind putting layers over the top and building it up piece by piece. Kimberly, I learned that true white doesn't exist because there's always light hitting it in different colours. Or maybe true white exists in your imagination. I don't know. I get pretty close with regular white. I think regular whites will be good. There we go. Come around here like this. Drop down here like this. You're way too beautiful, girls. That's why it'll never work. Why is that song stuck in my head? What's my Instagram name? That's a great question. It's sort of hard to say, but if you go into my bio, there's a link that'll take you everywhere, guys. It'll take you to Instagram, to Twitter, to YouTube, to a commissions page, to all the places. So Instagram's in there too. You'll be all sorted. All sorted. And you can buy a funky shirt. I want to get a shirt. I'm waiting for mine to arrive. It's just taking time. It's just taking time. Yeah, Rich. I do a little bit into my own little world. Just keep adding layers. You're way too beautiful, girl. You've sort of got into your own little world, not just with painting, but whatever your craft is. Here we go. Here we go. Perfecto. Let's add this through here. Beautiful. Just like that. A little bit more over the top. Here we go. Hello. Perfect. Perfect. Mizell, I'm doing great. Thanks for the finger hearts, Thomas. Appreciate you. Mike, this isn't a dating app, babes. Sorry, Mike. I'm sure you're a lovely guy, but I'm actually taken. And so, you're Mike. Mizell. Oh, you're Mike. All right, Mike. Well, Mizell, I'm taken, but somewhere in the world, someone special's out there waiting for you. You're way too beautiful, girl. Why it'll never work. You have me soon. Da 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 do da da. This comes down here like this, through here. Perfectos. Right. Oh, Mike's gonna find someone he loves. You wait. Or she loves. You don't want to get tripped up on that, like in Euro Trip, when there was a girl called Mike, and it was Nika, and yeah, that was all on. Jason, thank you so much, Jason. You're an absolute champion. I really appreciate it. Give me one moment. I'm going to just refill my glass of water because hydration is so important. And then I will be right back with you guys. We're probably going to leap into some Del Reds shortly. Some Del Reds. We'll see where that takes us. From France. Welcome from France. I don't need to dash off. Give me like 30 seconds. I'm just refilling this with water. And I'll also refill this one. So I've got two. Haven't seen you pop up in my feed. I'm very sorry, Ray. I ran out of Queenstown for a bit, and then I had to go south to do some digger driving for a friend, and that's done now. And now I'm back in the studio, and I've got a very busy 10 days finishing off these 3 canvases. One of them, which we're about to start, Steve's work, going to attack that tomorrow. Cannot wait. And these 2 are about 5 layers off each. So, looking forward to it. Do you know any French words? Yoplait, French for yogurt, I think. That's the best I've got. Give me a moment, I'm going to refill these. 1 second. Da 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 do da. 2 glasses of water. Your play is Swedish. Oh, my bad. That looks sick. Well, me, I'm healthy. My flatmate's sick though, but don't worry, it's not COVID. How was your trip? It was good. It was a good trip. I had loads of fun. I'm going to use up the last of the blues before I move on to the reds, otherwise the blues are going to go stale. So I'm going to swap this painting over with one of our other ones, use up the blues, and then come on back to it. Right. Come to me. Give me 1 second, we're going to swap over. Incoming. Here we go. Oh, I'm in love with the yellows in this one. This is a cool painting. And we're working off a black and white image. Here we are. Voila. And I'm going to put that here now. Scott, Craig, will come back to you. Oh, there you go. And now we're on to Stefan. Or Stephen. I think it's Stefan. Stephen or Stefan. One of the two. We might actually, though, to make it easier for me, put the picture on the actual work. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then I'm just going to check my time, guys. My time is at 1:30. All right, 1:30. We can work with 1:30. All right. Now, paint tray. Give me just a second. Paint tray. Da, 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 da. I like how this is coming along. Thanks, Pink. You absolute champion. I love it when I get your feedback. You will be forever welcome on these streams, Pink. Okay. Pastel. Pastel, pastel. There we go. It's going to run out quite fast because the paint's already got quite cakey, which is okay. Beautiful girl, why it'll never work. You got me doo-da-da. I'm excited about this one. This is a really fun piece. This is exploding with colour. It's doing a lot of the things that we want the painting to do. It's a long way from finished, but it's very, very cool. We can see the shapes of the characters, where we actually want to have them, and the colours underlying, like this dog here, this jacket. Each character's going to be a unique personality as a character within the painting coming out. We don't want to see them as separate just yet. We want to see everything in the painting as tones and hues and all this sort of stuff. But at the moment, there's some distinct characters already coming through. The dog here is probably the least defined, but that's okay. That's okay. Got some cool stuff happening. I'm way too beautiful. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. There we go. Beautiful paint strokes. One after the next. There we go. Just going to add a little bit of blue. See where that takes us. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. What are you painting with? I'm painting with a regular brush. Just like that. The colour palette just seems to work. I wouldn't have thought to pair those colours together. Yeah. It's a little bit wild, but it's fun. It's going to change a few times as it goes through the process. Remember, we're adding all the colours to this one because we want to portray vibrant life within the characters in the picture. So we'll go in all sorts of directions. A long time. I've been painting for a long, long time. What's that song? Is that a James Bond song? For a long, long time. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I forget. But we will just add this in. It's quite a thick brush, guys. And so with a thick brush, we don't want to try and force it to produce detail. It's only so small it can get. Thanks, Rich. Appreciate you. And because it's only so small it can get, we're not going to fight to try and make it produce small areas. We're just going to let it have fun. Just gonna have some fun. Do I love France? Of course I love France. France is a fantastic place. I've been there once before. Loved it. Loved it. That was about 3 or 4 months ago now. My, how the time flies. Oh yeah. One moment. You're in France, sipping on some fancy rosé, enjoying the beach, relaxing, and the next you're back in your New Zealand studio, painting with colour, expressing characters. This is good. This is very good. Love from England. Hello from England. Lovely to have you here. Is an oil painting. Painting that just lost its thing. Let's put that up. There we go. It's not an oil painting. I was saying before that it's going to seem like an oil painting because of the colours and textures that I use. But actually, this painting is, in fact, a acrylic painting. You're way too beautiful, girl. I need a new song stuck in my head. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. Is that better or worse? I don't know. There we go. Hello, SpaghettiOs. Hey! One movie I went back to watch, not movie, show I went back to watch recently was Arcane. I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but I started watching the episodes again, and really good show that. How do you make it so vibrant with acrylic? My colours always end up muddy. That's true, that happens. If that happens, I use gloss gels and thinners, transparent mediums to build up the layers. Also, don't try and add all the colours in a single layer. Do your reds, your blues, your yellows, browns, oranges, purples, all separately. Let them dry. Let them develop their own unique personality, and then paint over top of them. There's this huge temptation just to keep going and going and going, mixing all these colours. And if you do that, you're inevitably going to get porridge when you add all the ingredients at once. Now remember though, take what I say, I know I say this, but take what I say with a grain of salt, because the way I use acrylic paints is different from the way someone else would use acrylic paints. And there's no right or wrong answer. There's just outcomes we like and outcomes we might not like. Doesn't mean someone else might not like an outcome though. Just do your own thing. Here we go. Here we go. go. There we are, a little bit more on the nose there. Cascading around the forehead. Stripping down here. Stripping through here. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. True art teacher though. Here are the rules. But like, heck 'em. Yeah, a little bit. Like obviously it's nice to always know what is standard practice. Because then you always know when you look at something like a problem or an issue in your painting or when you're making a plan or brainstorming ideas, what the usual solution would be. So you can put that there as, all right, here's idea number one, but it doesn't mean you have to use it. That still means every idea is still relevant. So, yeah. In my case, I hardly ever mix colors. Like sometimes, but usually I'll just let the transparent layers be a whole bunch of different colors over the top of it and having fun in their own way. I won't actually create a perfect gradient between two colors. I find I get less out of it in the painting. Yeah. And if I do combine colors like a transparent mix, like I say, it's never a gradient change between the two colors. It's one color strong and the other one turns transparent as it goes over the top of it. So that's just my way of doing it. It's not the standard way of doing it. So someone might love to do gradients and might get really great effects out of gradients. But yeah, like I say, that's a rule. I know what the status quo is and I choose not to be a part of it. Oh, excuse me, my hair's going in my eyes. There we go. Pinned a comment. Hey Steph, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gonna add a bunch more of the gloss medium. There we go. Let's have some fun with this one. Oh, that's a bit too bright. More black. More black. There we go. And this is gonna come down through here. Even if an area is black, guys, you still have to paint it. You still paint it with black. And that's okay. There we go, we're going to use this all up. We're going to use this up. That's why it'll never work. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. That's why it never work. Sorry guys, it will come out of my head eventually, but not just yet. There we go. There we go. Just through there. There's some blacks down in here I'm going to acknowledge. Just down here, spike up to here, and they sneak down to there. And here, there we go. Now a little bit more here, and a little bit more through here. I've been watching you paint live, really relaxing. It's very therapeutic. Thanks, Richard. Rich, you're a champion. If you do want to connect more, guys, all the details are in the bio. You can find everything you need there. It's all via that link tree. So if I disappear on you and you're still wanting your fix, you know where to find it, hopefully. Beautiful girl, that's why it never worked. Biggest art lesson I've ever learned was to recognize levels. To recognize levels. The biggest art lesson I ever learned was to learn that the process and enjoying it was the most important thing. I used to wreck myself trying to actually get a perfect result, when actually a perfect result is the byproduct of a perfect process. So once I realized that, that was like a light switch going off. But thanks, Mizell. And Mizell, I'm doing fantastic, by the way. Good to see you. Thanks for the flowers. Basically, what I do is position myself in this way. I missed that one. Seb, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Marco, you have not. I disappeared. I disappeared down to Queenstown for a period. Where'd I go? Queenstown, and then I went down to New Plymouth to do some work on a digger. And now, I'm back in the studio. Next 10 days are going to be wild. We're going to do lots of painting. And hopefully soon my t-shirt arrives. I'm waiting for a t-shirt. This one here is my in-between one, Oxbow. I got it from the four-wheel driving place and boat place down in Queenstown. Phenomenal place. If you're in New Zealand and you're in Queenstown, that's the place to go. But I've got a shirt like the ones in the apparel store in the link in the bio. So when that one arrives, I can't wait because it's going to be fun. I also made sure they're with good fabric too, which is pretty exciting. Because if you do buy a shirt, you want to make sure it's a high enough quality. My paint palette, it's a big dirty mix right now. So one thing you'll notice there too, you guys, is it has a shine to it, a real shine. That's from all the gesso, not the gesso, the gloss gel that we're currently adding to the paint in shocking abundance, which is all good. You're way too beautiful, girls. That's why it'll never work. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Right, and up here, just add paint to the canvas. A little bit through here. And it comes down here. There we go. Just going to pull up a little bit more of that texture. I got a bit excited there. There we go. Nice belt. Thank you. Shelby gave it to me. What a treat. So Shelby was in Australia and she bought me a belt. Which is pretty cool. You're way too beautiful, girl. Right, making good ground. Good ground. What am I painting? I'm painting a family portrait. It's a really fun one. Love my paintings. Thank you so much, Dakota. You're an absolute champion. And hello, is that Ocean Blues? Hello, Ocean. Welcome back. So, we're painting a portrait. I'm adding just a few blacks to it. I'm still holding off on the texture before I move to a smaller brush. This is quite a big brush for the level of detail I'm trying to produce, but there's still a lot of areas that I've missed or need to capture. So we'll keep playing with this brush for now, but it does need to shrink soon. Shrink soon. Be your boyfriend, I'm afraid I cannot. It's very kind of you to offer, but I'm very taken. You have to take it up with Shelby. I always like how when those comments come up, there's always a laughy face from Pink. I appreciate that. Right. I know I'm smashing coffee hand over fist, but also Drink lots of water, guys. This is good for you. Do I have a page? I've never heard of that before. There's too many social medias now, guys. I just got Twitter. I'm having a lot of fun on Twitter, posting random little rants about art, and I've got YouTube, which is just the replays. Instagram, which is pretty similar to TikTok, but I can post pictures rather than always videos. Yeah, but that's a lot of social media, guys. It's hard to keep up with it all. But it's all in the link in the bio. I'm actually really happy to see someone, but also have other hobbies. Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I typically find things like going for walks or hikes. Shelby loves to surf, so if I get dragged out surfing, that's really cool. That's happened 3 times. Those things are really, really fun because it gets your blood flowing. It gets energy going to the right places in your body, and it gets you in the mood to actually do things like art. For me, sometimes when I'm not feeling my processes coming together, I'm not connecting with my art, or it's just something's not quite clicking. In those situations, that's when G'day Paul, welcome to the stream, good to see you, mate. Paul, I was going to say, I told the other subscribers earlier, if I've set up a Discord channel, so I don't know if you've got Discord or not, but since you're a subscriber, you'll have access to it, and it's like a private chat room for subscribers, so we can go from there. Yes, of course I can. This is the original pic. So it's black and white. We've got a man, we've got a doorway, we've got 2 dogs, we've got a wife and a child. Now the fun thing about this is there's lots of balance in it. Lots of balance in terms of the weight of the composition, left to right and up and down, is very even. Characters at the top, characters at the bottom, columns, breaking it up, white, 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 texture, texture, texture. So there's lots of triangles coming through this composition and balance generally over the entire thing. The reason why that's really cool is it actually makes this portrait have this nice harmony to it that otherwise sometimes portraits don't have. So that's good. I will see you on Discord, Paul. Oh my God, 2 dogs? Yes, indeed. So at the moment, the black one will be harder to see, and the reason it'll be harder to see is it's black and the background's black, and so those 2 things will be mixing together, but this dog stands out in contrast. Now as we add more detail, that second dog will pop. We'll get there. We'll get there. Now, in here, and I'm going to see you guys, because shortly, if the weather's clear enough, I do have to run off and do a outdoor session in the sun. Get some sun, guys. It's good. Vitamin D. It's healthy for you. It's healthy. Let's have a look-see here. So I'll hang around for another 11 minutes, and then after 11 minutes, I will disappear, but I will try and come back tonight, and we'll attack those reds together. I'm looking forward to it. It's because Guy came up and then... yeah, so... Oh no, he was just doing his thing, guys. That's all good. That's all good. Let's leave on here. A little bit more black around here. Here we go. Just about done. We won't pick up the reds today. Just another 5 minutes on the blues and then we'll be done. Nurse DJ, you need sun. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, the good thing is, it's just waiting for you outside. There we go. A little bit more up here. And coming on down around here. I've sort of branched out from the blues at the moment. We're taking up blacks. Awesome. That's Jenny. Welcome, Jenny. Appreciate you. Jenny, I'm still learning the symbols. If that's a subscriber symbol, then you've got access to a Discord channel, which I'd love to see you in. I have never been to Poland. Ever, ever, ever. But I'd love to go. One day. One day. Here we go. We're just going to spend a bit more time at the bottom here and capture a few of these layers for the last few minutes. Here we go. Beautiful. Come across here. Dabble in here. There we go. Jenny, I am from New Zealand. This is Auckland. Auckland, New Zealand, and I'm here for a little bit longer. And then I have to dash. Upstate New York. Fantastic. I've spent a lot of time in New York. I love New York. It's a phenomenal place. Here we go. A little bit around this neck here. Perfect. And then the side of this face. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Scurry up here. And then just down here, right the way at the bottom. Ideal. Alright guys. That's where my daughter wants to live. Well, she's welcome here in New Zealand. We do great coffee. Shelia, thank you very much, appreciate that. And Ocean, I know you're from New York. And you're more than welcome to be here. Here we go. I'll just sneak around the top a little bit of this, guys. This canvas here has not been framed. So since it's not been framed, it's important I do my homework and go right around the edges. It's important. Do you ever grow? I don't grow coffee beans, but I buy them. Buy a lot of coffee beans. I drink too much coffee, guys. Way too much. Way too much. There we go. Sneak in here. 3 minutes left, team. Sneak on here. Sneak some textures around here. Just because it's a subtle change in the gradient doesn't mean we give it less attention. Let us know next time you're in the States. Maybe meet up, that'd be great. I look forward to it, Cobb. I was supposed to be coming in May, but it's looking like that wouldn't be the case. But I'm not sure yet. Regardless, there's a lot of artwork I need to visit. I'd love to see it in people's homes. And so we'll be doing a tour through a few places. New York and Chicago, at top of the hit list. A lot of paintings there to be seen. And we'll go from there. All right, guys. We're on our medium grays now. Nearly 2 minutes on the clock, and then I'm going to evaporate. There we go. If you do want more though, you can go into my bio via the link, and everything you need's right there. Or you can follow me here, and if I go if I go live later on, say that 10 times fast, then you will get a notification, which is pretty fun. Or don't. You're a free human being, and you can make your own decisions. Now, it's medium grey, but I'm splicing it with some blues. There we go. Here we go. Also, guys, keep an eye out because I'm going to be sharing with you moderators and you subscribers soon the pictures for next month, so you guys can get a taste of it and see what sort of direction I'm sort of hoping to take with a few of them. So that's going to be pretty fun. 2 horses, the treasure state shot. Oh my god, I'm excited for the treasure state shot. That's so cool. There we go. Just a little bit through here. Perfect. There we go. There we go. Do you have a parrot? I don't have a parrot. I'd love to have a parrot, but no. No, sadly no. Alright. Couple of things before I disappear. I need to wash the paint tray off and things like that. But first off, if you weren't here to hear it in the first instance, make sure you have 7 glasses of water. Water's good for you. And if you get the chance, leap in the link in the bio. If you're in America, it'll arrive pretty much instantaneously. There's shirts available, and they're pretty fun. So jump on that. Otherwise, I will see you either tomorrow morning early or later on tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you to everyone for joining. You're all fantastic. I'm going to try and upload these daily. I've got a really good internet connection now, so hopefully I can use that to make sure these go straight up. So look out for the replay on YouTube, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, wherever you are in the world, because you're all over the place, have a great day or a great night. Catch you later.